Today we're going to learn about data types. Now, when this word comes, what exactly flashes in your mind? So, in a very layman term, we can say that data type is actually a categorization or supplied data or values which helps Python to understand what exactly the programmer or the user wants to do or wants to use the supplied input. Okay, so when you work in Python, when we start working in Python, we will come across all these kind of values, right? So these are the values. If you categorize them all, so majorly you would end up having these all six categories, which are numbers, string, list, tuple, set, and dictionaries. You can see all over here. Now we will see out of all these values what all are considered under numbers, and then in strings, then list, tuple, set, and dictionaries. So majorly there are six data types in Python. Let's see out of all these what all are considered under numbers. So all these numeric values which you see over here, right, these all are numbers. Then again, all of these kind of values will be considered as a string. Any alphabetical or numeric alphanumeric thing under quotations, right, usually referred as a string. Then all these kind of values are called list. There could be any kind of number, like you can see here we have whole numbers, here we have decimal values, negative values, positive values, here we have text strings. So all these things means group of values are called over here. I mean, values are grouped under square brackets, those are referred to be list. Moving forward, we will understand each of them in detail. Okay, now then it comes to tuples, right? So tuples are very similar to list. These are grouped in parenthesis brackets, right? Parenthesis bracket. Lists are grouped under square bracket, and these are grouped in parenthesis operator. Like I said, as we move forward we will learn in detail more. Okay, then these all values are referred to be the sets, right? So if you see, these all are grouped under curly bracket. So to summarize, curly brackets refers to values grouped under curly brackets set, values grouped under parenthesis brackets tuples, values grouped under square brackets are list. Right, now then it comes over here, right? So if you see here, these all are called dictionary. These are also grouped under curly brackets, but within that there will be keys and values. These are two major elements of dictionaries. So to summarize, all the values which we had over here, we categorize them in six groups. Those are numbers, strings, lists, tuples, sets, and dictionaries. Further, numbers are further classified in three categories. What all those three categories? Those are integers, float, and complex. So all these numbers which you see over here, out of this, whatever numbers you have as whole, be it negative or positive, those all considered as integer. The numbers either positive or negative, if those have any decimal value, we consider them under float. Then the numbers which are written like this are considered as complex numbers. So to summarize all these things, we can say data types in Python are categorized under six groups. Those are numbers, string, list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Further, numbers are categorized in three segments. Those are complex, float, and integers. Other than this, there are other types also which are not majorly categorized, but are also known as long, known, and boolean, etc. We will see moving forward, right? So as of now, in a nutshell, we can say that there are six data types in Python. Out of that, numbers are further categorized in three subcategories, which are float, integer, and complex. Now it comes, how would you check in Python what is the data type of a supplied value? So I will just show it to you. What you can do is you can just go to the start menu, and if you have seen my previous video where I explained how to download and install Python IDE and Anaconda distribution. And if you have done that, then when you go in start menu and type Jupyter, then you gotta get this kind of suggestion, and you just need to click this particular thing and it will open up in Internet Explorer. It's just taking few seconds, and in few seconds it will be available over here. So once you get this launched, you all that you need to do is go in this new and click on this Python 3. All right, so once this is available over here, we will see how we can check the type of a supplied value. So here we have the interactive cell, but because I have already opened it, so I will work in the one which I have already created. So if you can see over here, so here I am trying to check the type of 2. All right, let me make it smaller. So here all these values are commented and this particular thing is uncommented, right? So I'm just going to hit enter, right? So if you see, for this type is int. Okay, if this is not making much sense, let me do it over here. So let's take a positive number, whole number, this is int. Let's take a negative whole number, this is also int. Let's make it decimal, now this is float, if you can see. Then let's take a positive decimal number, then it is float. What next? All right, so now next we can see is, let's write x in the quotation. This is a string, you can see this is a string. You can write your name also over here. I would suggest just stop the video and type your name over here. For example, if I write learn area, so here you get string, right? Now next we can try this particular value. What is the type of this particular value? If you see over here, so here it gives you some problem because here it doesn't identify this kind of quotation. So I'm just going to replace this particular quotation with the one accepted in Python format. So if you see, this is called list, right? Same, if I just, what I need to do is I just replace the square bracket with parenthesis 1. Okay, so it gonna say it's tuple. If you see, somebody call it tuple, somebody pronounce it tuple, right? So this is how it is. Okay, now if I just change this bracket to curly bracket, right? So then its type going to be, I will just cut this and put it inside this. Now you see it is set, right? Now other one, the last one which we have is this dictionary. So once you take this particular thing and if you put that over here, it's gonna say that the type of this value is dict. Dict is nothing but the dictionary. So this is how you can test the type of supplied data. Now in the next video, we're gonna see how important is it to know the data type of particular thing. How can we store all these particular values in a particular operator, not exactly operator, or in certain container which is called variable. We will see in the upcoming videos. Until then, happy learning and all the best.